environment are not inevitable byproducts of mining. They are the consequences of poor governance and enforcement. We're strengthening environmental, social, and governance frameworks across the mining sector. And this will include, like I said, banning toxic chemicals in gold processing like mercury, mandating site rehabilitation. And so it means that small-scale miners and medium-scale mining must also have rehabilitation clauses in their permits to reclaim the land, enforcing community development agreements, and promoting renewable energy use in our mining sector. We will try.
There are other strategies that we are also adopting to try to address this challenge. And I think that at the top level, as you know, we have launched what we call the Blue Water Initiative. This is a two-pronged approach where we are dechemicalizing our polluted water bodies to ensure that it turns back blue again. We are also working on what we call the blue water gas. This year, our target is to train 2,000 young people. We've already deployed over 450 of them. And we've picked them from the river areas. They're working close with the Ghana Navy and the Ghana Police. And IGP, thank you very much for the coordination. And these young people are going to be an interface, working at key intelligence officers and basically the first responded in these riverine areas. And we've already seen the impact. We are also working on a major initiative called the Tree for Life Initiative. Thanks to the president, he launched this in March this year. And I'm very happy that this week is the week of seedling planting. We intend to plant 30 million seedlings. So when we leave here, come for your seedlings and let's do the planting. Very, very, very important. I am very, very excited that we've invited the large-scale mining companies and we've already started seeing positive signs. And I can mention Newmont's leadership in this. So thank you. Thank you. Another very important step we've taken is that we believe that the coordination with the security agencies must be very permanent. So we've established anti-mining secretariat, working closely with the national security and agencies to make sure we sustain the protection of all these reclaimed degraded areas.
November 2024, the OSP commenced investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses in respect of the operations of National Petroleum Authority, NPA, and the activities of some of its officials. The OSP investigation has revealed that between 2022 and 2024, some high-ranking and other officials of NPA devised and implemented a corrupt scheme of using public office for profit through threats, intimidation, coercion, suggestions, bribery, and inordinate regulatory duress to obtain for their personal benefit large sums of money from oil marketing companies and other entities under their statutory regulatory, licensing, oversight, and monitoring mandates in the petroleum downstream industry. As at the close of business on 30 May 2025, the OSP had uncovered, through tracing and trailing, an amount of 280,516,127 cedis and 19 pesos, being proceeds of the corrupt scheme, some of which has been used by the perpetrators to acquire identified and traced apartments, suites, houses in country and abroad, 22 fuel haulage trucks, and the incorporation, acquisition, and operation of oil marketing companies to compete with the oil marketing companies they were regulating. The OSP, before the end of June, would file criminal charges against the first batch of the perpetrators and complicit oil marketing companies and their officials. Upon filing, we will brief you in detail in respect of who did what, who acquired what, and what has been recovered. In November, it in our contest. We have been adversarial since 24 January. We kept pushing. We kept pushing. We've been indulgent. Because, let me speak to you again, so when someone says they are not well, you listen. But is it on the say-so of the person in this modern era?
The mining industry has had its challenges in recent years, symbolized more forcibly by the near collapse of Anglo-Gold Ashanti in Obuasi. But Obuasi is back on track, and overall, the industry to me is in robust health. Almost all our major companies are improving on their performance. The emergence of the new Gold Board is a creative initiative with new horizons for the industry, increasing the raising prospects for more investments and higher yields. Universal concern about the impact of illicit mining on the environment in Ghana is therefore perfectly understandable and very much welcome. The pollution of our water bodies, the destruction of our forest space, and the degradation of our virgin lands cannot be allowed to continue unchecked. They exasperate the destruction of our environment and multiply our vulnerability to the effects of climate change. It cannot be denied that a cocktail of regulatory failures, political miscalculations, and corruption have combined to make the task of curbing the menace more challenging. The mining industry...
And so, of course, when he became the king of Ashanti, Meshia became my home, and he's been like an elder brother to me. He's counseled me very frankly on occasions when I was vice president. We faced issues to do with the IMF. I went to him. It was him who, went to New York when I spoke to the IMF director and all that, and they opened up the extended credit facility to us. So, Your Majesty, I thank you very much for your friendship. There's a very special one. The first time, Professor Mills sent Bafuboni of blessed memory and a team to come and tell me that he wanted me to be his running mate. And at that time, I had made my plans to leave politics. So my response was, no, I won't do it. So later he sent Atu Ahoy and Totobi Kwachi and Kwamina to come and ask me to accept to be his running mate. Again, I said no. And so one day I was in Accra, I got a call. It says, Otumfo wants you in Malaysia. Who am I to refuse? So I got up and went. And when I went, I said, hey, only I say, Professor Amdo say, Beye, Nabi de Che, Nabi de Vice President, I say there be. Hey, oh boy. He says, when your country calls you, you can't refuse. He says, I was sitting in London somewhere, and my kingdom called me to come and be Otumfo. I think I don't want to enjoy the free life that I had to do it, so you cannot refuse. So he said, okay, I'm going to South Africa, I'm going to meet President Mills. When I come to Accra, I want your response, because I promised him I'll bring a response. And so of course, when he became the king of Ashanti, Meshia became my home, and he's been like an elder brother to me. He's counseled me.
He is committed to providing for the enhancement of the dignity of persons with disability, and will do more to support you, both institutional and other support, in terms of the adjustments for quota for employment, even the District Assembly Common Fund, what allocation should come to persons with disability. On the matter of no stress-free fees and free tertiary education as a pledge and promise to you and the Ghanaian people, the President will honor the letter and spirit of his pledge. So therefore, every person with disability needs to register with the Student Loan Trust Your funding will come through the Student Loan Trust Fund. We are collecting data on persons with disability from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, from all tertiary institutions, for effective implementation of the free tertiary education policy of the President John Dramani Mahama government.
Amade share echemuna ene nwumre emamo ajo e kwan sronko eso Kessben television so na sabre we efi sabre ekobo nundu adwenkyere dwumadi ne de brewo ene ye banada June ayebosumi nsia no ne da etoso miensa e wa fempim no ne aduono enum enso emu so pese onya ya multi TV decoder na so e also ye wo DSTV channel 364 Gold TV channel 121 Facebook live also Kessben TV and Kessben FM with me streaming live na nkoma yedi also aka ho me dey Kofi Appiah malabia yap and abom chidom ne so sabre kopim sebebo nondu na ye won sempia na ye ka de bidi mu akoten no eye esika cedi ene dollar no na nsemanfo hu se dollar no ba na eba form na ene omampani John Dramani Mahama e de atodwa se wone finance minister Dr. Fiscal and Dr. John Sesiama ya the Bank of Ghana no ahia na nkoma omodie nyina kire se dollar no cedi no eni se eba form piece di e wo se ejina cedis edu koka cedi du mienu between 10 and 12 Ghana cedis and the appropriate value of the Ghana cedi that's $1 I say between 10 and 12 Ghana cedis. DNT and Wakasa. Mampeni said the Edika no said cedi na kosuru pi na dollar na ba for more. Exporters, omo de name free Ghana cotton no. Ebe ha omo if you say sekane no now the name cotton na se bia unya $1,000 a. Oba Ghana me mo osesa na nka osika de bia 14,000 na 15,000. Se dollar na te fa fom pi na akoda nya sa same $1,000 na. Oba wa hwe ya 10,000 kra unya. Inti chese wokoton niema wonane a na emfaso ni so inti ebema omo ede niema kwama na koton no omo dwuma begu eno nso ne ade pese shama fo nkra ne eno nti aban hwe ema dollar no se de etiko form no enko pisa it should stabilize between 10 and 12 Ghana se binya bre na ye di ehon enso ko the implications for Ghana inso so ma omen ene won so a wutie me no de also waka ho bia no we Adwenkyere bre sanso na office of the special prosecutor rock say ja be ne da no enra on nsentwofo shiai na ose rakan furiata kane omei sana hene former finance minister o hene nsebi edwim die nkatase die mu na papa yoton sa friend so mra oso yare ya okoja ya hwa bruchime mu obeba June bosumi de tosumieno afi enra de dua no so ya ken furiata ama eno no ka se die waside declare no wanted na nwumre yehunu krata ye free Mayo Clinic ayasabia wa bruchime mu aba ye chense kenofuriata ba o maye no nyese bia oboa pa na o maye ne mum ne hododo no ya doctor for kra ebeye no operation wanya prostate cancer on beye no operation wo ho eno nti na ontumi enso maye OSPC sa krata no no ne nsanka bi social media so no ho no the lawyer kenofuriata lawyer chere se ni say special prosecutor ya na aven se kenofuriata de krata breno na be chereche ne yade nyina mu so ayesi no ayesi oso obia ni ho ya oyesa NPP amanyokodwem tene wa santimante Mura Bernard Enchubo Siakon chema ontumi koda yekofu okukum na wotwe enura sabre ya mu nana okofie na oyi no free kukumu enura no ene wakọ NPP party headquarters wasaso akọ former flag bearer former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ho ya wakọ chia no ebedi ehon komo NPP for kire se kwane ayekofo de chema ontumi afaso no anso ani yekofo nso kire se omo anya mfonso bia due process de tie no ena omo ede etoye When in some ebede a home command break, Fadin Chebel 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 WhatsApp and as a normal test message at the bar, a better break, Yakin Kai Eddie Amau. Any kind in good tea, my penny's Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as some of the two just after meeting the finance minister on a software is Casemso and the Ambrado of the Bank of Ghana, no share, or say the dollar should be pegged or it should be within 10 and 12 Ghana cedis. Yen number free fall and tin kosa bidu baby $1 nankaba 4 cedis. Enye yesa 80 dem and penny kai.
Recent appreciation in the value of the cedi is one that we have kept watching. As the cedi started to strengthen and the dollar depreciated, with our A-level economics, we all know that it's a balance between imports and exports. What it means is that it makes your imports cheaper and your exports more expensive. And so there must be a fair balance to try and achieve the true value of the cedi. Some people say, oh, it will come down to 4, but of course, we know the true value of the cedi is not 4. And if it went as far down as 4, it will kill all your export businesses. And so myself, the governor, and the finance minister met and discussed it. And they think that the real value of the cedi is anywhere between 10 and 12. Luckily, the Forex auction has brought it to just above 10, and it appears to have stabilized there. So I think that going forward, anything between 10, 11, and 12 as a band where the cedi operates will be a fair value, both to encourage our exports, but at the same time not make imports so cheap that importers will flood our markets with toothpicks and, biscuits and coconut and all those kinds of things. And so it's a challenge to our exporters to take advantage of the cedi's appreciation, because then the advantage you also have is raw materials can be cheaper. Fuel has gone down, so transporting your products and all that will be cheaper. Port charges will go down. And so it has incentives for you. And at the same time, it has incentives for importers. But I'm asking the importers not to take advantage of it and flood us with all the, Nkatia burger and things that they bring from other countries. Let's try on the...
Right, when in some His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de Tuja say ye dwene say dollar ne beba for na exporters o de ma kota ma no nso no ye dwene ho say o de ma no kwa ne bonye den na dollar no nso kofom bibire a wo de ade ne ba na che say amade no nso ayefofofo ti it will stabilize so between 10 11 and 12 bit be ejira wa eyema Ghana. What are the implications? Afiyankoti special prosecutor Kessben Jaben or say Ken Ufriata Uhiano Omra or so Omra Omenye video conferencing no Musana Samo say when ya semno when ya bamani I want to win trabe being check kwania yefa so entoto ano enonti we declare no wanted no and a baba hair statement a letter a free Mayo Clinic and I asabi ebu America memo ba ye say papa no oyare yinti kind of special prosecutor Kessben Jaben the ode etuja.
We have been adversarial since 24 January. We kept pushing. We kept pushing. We've been indulgent. Because, let me speak to you again, so when someone says they are not well, you listen. But is it on the say-so of the person in this modern era? If you want to take an excuse duty for your employers, do you show up at your boss's desk and just say, I have cancer, I can't come to work the next 4 years? Is that what you would do? Would your bosses take you serious? You probably may be fired on the spot. How much more in a criminal inquiry? You are dealing with a criminal investigative and prosecutorial authority. And every time you show up and just say, just singularly on your say-so, that you are unwell, you cannot come. Mind you, in my brief, I said, from 24 January till now, Mr. Furiata has not produced any medical report. A semblance of it was that medical letter, that 5-line medical letter that said he may undergo a possible surgical intervention in March. And from March Count the days till 28 May. From 20 to 21 March, when he said he was going to have the possible medical intervention, surgical intervention, upon which reckoning we indulgently said, oh, take some of the days, recuperate. So he suggested he will come between 14 to 30 May. We said, oh, take a few more days, come on 2nd June. How friendly can we be beyond this? After accommodating you, you sat by for at least 67 days when you knew your condition had changed, and you never bothered to tell the OSP that there's been a fundamental change in your condition. You're acting in bad faith, utter bad faith, and for which reason we have stopped this.
We ora kisi jabe ha ona wo hwe no ona the special prosecutor man Ghana by ne bra bre kenofurata so oso nim se condition ne ma asesa na se nyeye ade na de da ya make say here time say so obanyina no o fa bibia ma ya afi de afi na beka so yare ye kwa operation na o hwe statement so malam ye hwe krata ye free Mayo Clinic e de aba no na ebetumi akan emu nsemo a ya kind of response so a OSP ede amano no and also yetie krata abache se ra Ken ofore ata wanya kokram yade cancer ya and also nti ye kwa akoye no operation project mayen na your statement na ode atudwa this is the statement from a hospital in United States of America we so krata ya be say a krata ya omo ediaba odibedi adanse se Ghana memo ayasabie bi wo ha na ogya ya hwe ho eho ne firi ho no mo a yeto nkra no na hu se be biem ade no aye den duro no yemfa no enko America memo nti ayasabie we so hwe se de ebabi e wo no a eyade edi adanse se omo edika hwe kenofrata ansa na ofri Ghana memo kra enso akro na emu nsem ene se and to whom it may concern. Dear sir or madam, I'm writing to inform you that Mr. Ufuriata has undergone an MR-guided biopsy and has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. A surgical intervention has been deemed necessary after the testing, an MRI and biopsy procedure in March 2025. As indicated in my February letter, this surgical procedure has been scheduled for June 13 with Dr. Parashan of the Department of Urology. See attached letter. It is hoped that a closer date may open up. Following the procedure, Mr. Furata will require a recovery period before he is able to travel to his home country. Please feel free to contact me if you require any additional information or have further questions. Best regards, Ahmed Abdarmin, MD, Section of International Media, Rochester, Mayo Clinic, Hentikrata ye free. Ayasabia na doctor for almost asasi nyina so aba je se omuhu se match obenembo sumi no no na akokram yade ka no nti omarefe no ko America memo a eho doctor for ekohe no na omo aye no operation no ye operation so operation no e ba so 13th of June bosumi da etosudumi ensa ansa na ombeye operation no na omo ye wie so a obehia na kakra na watimenya hoden ansana we free America memo about operation no prenya maso eba so 13th of this month. Na no na special president so sakaye yen hwe krata ono so atre special president so e de na no asemo aba ya asemo ono so e kamala me hwe the special president so ka so ono ne nsanka krata bia na mo social media so and what is a crater be and now let's see what the special prosecutor has also said also until bia simbia on the the new one and crater bia ma mechanism or see the office of the special prosecutor has become aware of a publication online media purporting to be a letter from hospital containing alleged medical report on Mr. Ufuriata. He wishes to place on record that neither Mr. Ufuriata nor his lawyers has submitted any such letter to the OSP. The only correspondence received from his legal representative is a letter notifying the OSP of a change in his medical condition, and on their say-so, it is notable that his alleged hospital letter had been circulated through the media rather than submitted to the law enforcement agency actively investigating him and responsible for decisions regarding his return to Ghana. To date, no certified medical records or official document from any hospital authority having submitted to the ASP, indicating that Mr. Furata is incapacitated or unable to travel to Ghana. In the OSP, so na no asemo a one also edi abano say on the insanka krata bia na krata na lawyer for Furata lawyer for the buy no no just say ne aya sa ne na pomede no ne masesa ti untumi ma na se we nam social media so a on the obia mfa krata bi fi doctor bi ho abre no ye chese see ne see ne papa no ti on the oda so agent to declare no Furata wanted and rabio ya ope ne chira kwan afia ko chema wontumi ebre no yi ne free yoko na ohwe ne nanim yobia ne nante no a na osesa kra na ebi mo ka se yokofo na om na ni ye na ono aloyafo ne kasamafo abeka se owo yokofo akache no na enya ade a wetumi aka sa odi aduane koma no wagye adi ebi se ohwe na didie yie eno ntine ma ehun no sa ene Chama untumi call MPP party headquarters. Eko chia onkoda omase, especially Justin Kodia from Pong. Na yenko he bra koye na akoda omase na ne nine no ihu ya nanka ase opagya krenye yie no otete na mu kire se ne hoye. Let's see bra call MPP headquarters no this year.
Chama una left no yamienso. Una left yamienso. Yeah. Eduardo.
Ebra chema untumi call NPP party headquarters ene na ene so abio osan call kane mampania be de chire ya osa 2 franc ma MPP afransa abaton mo Mahmoud ba ombia hoso ono so ekoda nase eno so yehwe bra call Dr. Baumia enso fie no bra call Dr. Baumia fie na wo hwe ewo TV no eso when he visited the former vice president and the former black viral of the NPP after he released yesterday from Yoko custody.
Cool girls, the cool brethren.
And also Honson on Yamra Fina Fee, Essansia in Incomaja Fire Num de Juma and Enumre, Nana, Honorable Nana Edusupoku, Caninoya Bar Cratch Penny for South, Mensin so MPP Abreso, Afe Hussein Ibrahim, Ekawani Kasama, ND Samanyoko, Ewo Asante Mantemoa, Penifumi no Ajinkuya, na Enomo Edi Encomo. Penifo Makwaba.
Over Joseph.
Honorable.
Over.
Now here there.
Over Nyamiadum. Me hoye pa. So far so hoye.
Nyamiadum.
Me hu anu mani aje.
Sao. The Nyamias. Zin.
Over.
Name ko say.
Name ko yi.
Name ko yi. Ye ko yi.
Nyamiadum. Name ko yi nkakra.
Great. Honorable, I shall say in free ho. Na yenhwe the dollar and the cedi exchange rate. Ya esasi na edwiri. From the beginning of the year, na $1 amount 14 cedis 70 pesos. Na atiya ma 10 cedi kraba 9.8 kakra. And na esa call 10 cedis. As at this morning, we check here no, na 10.28 around that figure. Na nebi mo se de ade ni dwiri ba de de ahwe bedu December no 1 cedi be call $1. Omampeni be kan last week say edru baby a ombebem me say omon trauma dollar no follow piece a emwa exporters ene mampeni be kan say on finance minister and the governor Bank of Ghana share no omji said the real value of the dollar between 10 and 12 so be maintaining the ho say be exporters omade nyema kwa amon ne koton no wo mo ehon chiro bravo what say
Over edikan ma mencha wahefo no otifo and then you may not mean Hussein. November Jona, what is the finance minister? The Ibico Parliament.
Yeah, energy sector levy.
Energy sector levy. There's he had the Yabatu for the tax about so.
No.
Say we from E levy to D levy. Our budget. Almost friend doom so levy. Medase. I think say dollar and sense we. Dollar ya dia determine Ghana ye get this empire. That is because Ghana no ye import driven economy. And na ye crabo mine mono. A dog so chain the offer your quabonting a cotton. Inti impempi no businessmen no just what's the sound seeking into dollars na dia kwamonone na dia cottonia man diaba. Obviously say dollar no e wo soro na se wo sesa sika no a e dia sika no be doso. And is a dollar and the bafoma of a boapa Emma businessman ye jumedi a ye dino of a boye. And also of a boama Ghana ye komu high. We say definitely no a cascading effect.
Sure. A
bet trickle down near my crabba bibribino. A bono best started abba form amatime phone so I ain't how. Of Appiah Ghana ye jumedi a ye dear and Bempino. Over there be a baby bar, ye beye, as ye suppression, as a co, as a bar. Wabaka as at the moment Penuku for Sisa Ghana city credit dollars there, Sisa Ghana city for front. Now where's Ukra 1 cidia, Utimukra $1. Yendi buy a hosono. Yes, just a COVID time, no cranny big crap predictor, and you could do 20 Ghana cities. Leti a buy no she say beer or digu aquem, said a bear $1 no, a hodeno. At least be back from now, one. Of a yen in a jisum. God, the Biana make us as a gun of a year. Of a say, my yina. The fact of the matter, and so they say, of an say, and she say, yeah, buy no, and who say, or dear go come a boy sustaining dollar of a moon for income. Because our this and that finance minister called parliament, no. What shall was started. Statutory payment was started here.
This is assembly.
Was started transfer funds. Over the minimum that this month a buying best start a contractors car. Liquidity best system no. Of a liquidity best system nim say kima contractor no for ko fa nema. E wo China ban. No abe supply no or supply ma buy na buy ni tua ne ka no.
Obey here more dollars.
Obey here more dollars. Aside dia ko. Into automatically ne say ya hwe ya sika baba no na demand on dollar no so of akosoro eno so na de esoro koban di aban no eya nhihye no aban no should be very strategic said e be ya sika egum no na ye toto niema said e be ya dollar no of ensa nkosoro obampempi no ohwe anamo a ye two over the years ya adwen ne say ye pese e bo ana dollar no ba fom no de bi of ye kan parliament o Ghana ye best start import omo export for no ye dey aban de sisi be gu akwam dia support omo ofa ye be kan ye be wie no hwebuada obeka Exim Bank ne some of the institutions are buying creative over the years no the strategy ni nyina ne say emwa na export enkosoro but issue de is over de bia na ye be wie akiri no ya sa be si yachi enti aban no ebetria ma liquidity ebetria ska ma liquidity aba system no mo no aban no should be rest up to make sure so say ebe system no dey see egu akwem oye nyina ye kan ye gold reserves asem. I think Bank of Ghana governor ebaye no one of the things I was say all ka say aboama ne sidi na nya hoden ene say ene ye wo gold reserves e wo ho an hoden ofa mibisa ene mibisa asem bi mini asa me jamfi buy out see gold board ye di jumai o se afi nko o se da yi nko ano small scale artisanal mining nko ano sika yenya ya toni ade over $1.1 billion.
$1.17 billion. About 11 tons of gold.
Ofa me bisa me hu this $1.1 billion no of a more hen and yedi bi akọ build your reserves no.
I think what they have done, the YCC and say, I don't know, they have support say dollar na ama send the nanka air corner. NTV uncle to 11 tons na. O man fa uncle to ho. So say I build it up to be 31 tons. but now they are using power to support the dollar.
Overchere say, ye de bia ye ni bi. Ye tena se a afeso ane akwaji cocoa syndicated loan. A bus system no na dollar na gina kakra. Of a sika ne san na dollar na start se kosro. O hwe sika abeya over the weekend na kire say ye nsa kan sika no of ye de asa gu system no mu. Sika ne besa asa. Se say ha mevon so de 326 million, 325 million dollars. Eba. Of a baba. Ebewo system no mebe suppress dollar ne kakra. Sika no every till down pe of an dollar na se kosro. Eti ebe sere se sa na mo we aban yitu nyina they should make sure say at least ye gold no of anyes ye nya sika ni nyina no fa de ye di. We should make sure say ye reserve na ya build no of ye be koso asa build the reserve say de be ya eduru dia of ye benya bafa.
Okay.
Ya hwe ni ya da bia no ye be ye ni say ya hwetre of asam. Na asam ba kwa mesa aka ene say of a dollar yi a eba for me ye ni agi nyina ne say of as ye ni agi nyina ne say beboa ama inflation akofo anya sa ebeboa ama niema bo akofo. But for you and I know say the cost build up of production no enye dollar nkwa of a me no ka say ukopotwa of akopotwa eniema ye credit ye wo ho no of asonte ye do ye pegging into dollar so rationally no and ka dollar na eba form no yes and ka ema duty bo na wo port no so of aye dey eba form
Asonte cry.
of asonte ye
Really?
last week ya ekra niema I can tell you an authority enti abaye bia na ni hwe ho nso a ontwe na ni nso nkɔhwe ho se be ye be hu se dollar na eba form no at least duty bo nso of eba form kakra maye eno fa oba nso a enye niema nyina ye na organ ha ono fa ye kraba. There are products, certain products are of ye no man mu nyina ye no man mu ha ne e bi se ye ho so fa dollar na eba for so niema bo so beti no of a de owo ha niema ye no man ni mu no cost of production so eswati ana raw materials bi ebi o ye kokra free amano ne ba e de be ye bibi organ of no eswati ana because me no ka say of a doom so yasaba o ye nyina enim and umpo of a cost of production energy
na ye de 1%
of a no of a say my uncle
ye be
me das
that's
so
why you be say you free
cost of production no of a doom so ka ho bi o se nipa no o dollar aba form na o cooperating machine no for just wo koto genset no atofu ola gumu a invariably no aye +1 -1 0 enti aban no de na ni hwe sesesi awan na ajo okay ma me fa mani nso hwe the export sector kakra bi go ma hwe ya eno so ebeba form no me hire cost of production niema ye no man mu nso no aban fa na ni nya dai ehwe ho ma ye ofa ye ba ni nyina no eniema bebre ho ha ofa na ye nsuo se yo
yeah so there's a galamsey na say
ofa galamsey ase no
and
ye nsuo se enti omo industries na of omo ye nsuo and the Ghana Water Company of nsuo ultimate kumasi ye bedi be 1 month na nsuo kura utifi onya bi and then nsuo no bill na e kosoro no of no so affect cost of production enti abai no money for na dey dollar ba from enti obviously no ababe akra obi cost okota ade a ade no Ghana so na dollar ba from no nte so ba dollar ba from no ono e bi ade na ho no e affecting na of e moa e ma niema bo ekofo. So we will plead with the government say anamo aye to obi anofo man na ye ya eye ma ye nyina Ghana eniema ba from no obi a timinya bia eye ebo ye nyina but anamo omuto no ma ye nya ne say 9-day wonder asa ohe anamo bi a eba e kamia ye say ye nya gold board discount ba yemfa nso press yemfa ngu system no mu IMF disike ba yemfa ngu system no mu enche yebekwa akwaji cocoa syndicated loan yemfa ngu system mu but of way is this sustainable?
Okay,
Yen to anamo ababwa na sustain the economy. Anamo ababwa na sustain yen nuan omu Ghana ha omudi omu yemfidi dwuma. Se be ababwa ama Ghana ene mabo akofo.
Right. That's Honorable Nana Edusipoko, former MC Esuna Force, representing the NPP and Adwenkyere. Say,
Wofa.
Presidency dollar no ma below 10. It should stay within 10 and 12. Yes. How do you see?
For me, that's it. Any akwenya odi amami. Mabo abaso na mabo production team in abaso. Mechia Mr. Edusipoko. Na machia T4 any ashofo. Our majebre. Moshe Kessben and you bring me free regional minister Asoye, Dr. Frank Amwako Hene and Ebaha. Adwenkyere here asuma me semi farmers antimen now. Na emra bibi koso ewo Ghana hanimsi. Ewo say nyina no yehu ni say omai no we are on a right direction. It is a case a bambi adwene na manfo ho a yero John Drama ni mama wabɔ no ho modin. Make kwesi say yeti roti kokɔ so asase so na nyankwada endo yero kodu nkrama mu nkran minim say o hwɛ niema ɛkɔ so kakra wɔ nkran enra yero kodu honom no na mo ye good ho ensensem eno mokoka ho nsem na enra no yero nya akonya se wokasa no obo yero sameje mfi abaso yie se good board na ba ye ne die abeboa oman Ghana papa na bibi ko so on say yenya ye regional minister de ba ko edi hu ne ye say waye poised say odi impuntuo ene nkoso e de beba sentiment mo hanim say entinura onu so kodu nkran ho e na oni rote kokoso ohia Dr. Frank Amwako Hene agent of development e wo sentiment mo hanim say between Ira Mahama ene eya sentiment eni rote kokoso ye na nanso so a otufo e che kwampa ayefa so ebebo sentiment so omu na so kodu ho na wo hwe yesi yenkote adrombra no eno ane ahahan eno ane mpuntuo asopito hia wa sentiment mu ha akwan a hia wa sentiment mu hanim sei school adan a hia wa sentiment mu hanim sei wo hwe monumental projects markets a hia wa sentiment mu hanim sei yero mahama nya akonya sei o kasa no o kama yero te kokoso na nanya nkwada ete sei ne ba wa bai a sentiment mu hanim sei projects a MPP aban ba yo mu gya nyina no obeye e de ama santiman obo eye market obo hospital afele military hospital obo severe regional hospital obo some projects a MPP for buy ya ombegya also be ni nyina ama santiman na woni mira mahama kasa na mehwe yoro tikoko so animpa so hwe ya na yewura animu sebi na aniji utumu sa aniji kakra ya den aba e wona me de kototo emra ofre MPs no e wo eye Konfanoche hill Konfanoche no ano ka kire mo so mama nkran wa yo mu de dodo also mo mani ba asantiment mu ne moment afutuo no ene yira enya eye gidie wo mu se yira John Dramani mama e be bibi de aboa na o ka asem bi so se yira Mahama obae no first 6 months ye obae o se niam yira Mahama de agu akwa mu nyina no hia basobode e wo se prison no esa commende no se yira Mahama track now nam so no faso sa na beboa ama Ghana so se nyantuma pae den efra na me nana mete ho a mehwe eniema oye otene a mebo abaso ochia metene won so ntinura no na ye nigie nti da ye rote kokko so ase se odwene asanteman puntuo ne nkoso ene Ghana man nyina so we die dollar ne ho sensemi you know dollar ya kwa esi bi akwa kodu sisi akoye se wo faase na ntuni kuro no umia eye ne ya uja mia so a na ekuro ni dia na eye den edikomu o hwe Ghana adwumayefo businessmen omu even sentiment mu amen ko akire na omu su se dollar no ayese o madwuma because aban bi befa every eye 3 cedis 80 pesos edikodru
almost 17 Ghana cedis.
3 cedis, 4 cedis, 20 pesos.
In fact, they granted without admitting. Say 4 cedis, 20 pesos. They call almost 17 Ghana cedis. You see, almost 17 Ghana cedis. So, nominal increment, no, own difference, no. What they are free 4 cedis.
Beginning of the year, na 14.7.
But me say me was
17.
Yes, 17. Abayin befa de call honum sir. And abayin bi ba ye no. Obefa free baby. And also no mfa bi nso nya den enka ho. Na Ghana fo su na omusu. Businessmen fo omo magazine. Won na omo wadum hanim se su na omusu ntino. On tumbio obete so. Me ba o. Yirakofo ejaye $1 to 1 cedi. Eba ye no tumu kakra de call ye 3 cedis. MPP abayin befa de call 17 cedis. Ye ba ye no yes ye ansa ntumo ye te so. Na we kire say ni etie Ghana fo su ni omo ne MPP for mo de dollar no campaign. O kan Yirakofo ado and Yirakofo $1 1 cedi. So o kan say campaign no ogina bebi ana o kasa no. Nti enim so omo so ba ombete so bomba ye no mo ye den omo tumu. Nti na ye ohaw e di amani hunu ebeto businessmen for so. Yero ma ba ye no se da bi bema ensinsuo mu ansa no ye den waham. De mo kan nyina no matie metete so de aba. Ba o tete so de ba no. Ena ya bedu bebi a e wo se ye hwe se Ghana ye export ene ye import no ye be balance no. Because enema no start say no na businessmen for mo kwa amano ne ko fa enema no mani ajepa because a businessman no so here $10,000 and the MPP na o here 1.6 billion titiska no and the Mahama $10,000 no e bedru 1 billion no 600,000 difference. So what I say enti ohun senka ebeboa o to mani giye na mo so wono so mo di ade free Ghana ha de kwa amano ne so no no musu den esu nti so behwe anytime bia na wo import ebe exceed wo export bia no unya bibia economy so feni trade deficit what is a balance of payment deficit and as we draw budget we na say unya this kind of deficit what do? It's either you tend to borrow, you tend to do certain things ebesa ha economy ni bebre any mama say ende megina ha na mahwe aboa ama enema ye de be free Ghana kwa mo no so eno so no o manya emfaso ewo so because odi Exim Bank e ba ye wo hwe 2016 Exim Bank na wo say this emfaso bebre because ni adwene export so ho enya only the import export so enti say ye adwene export so de wo say ma dollar no eba epegi in such a way say be boa obia me anope me kofele Ford F-150 no good. And MPP 4 time no. Now me call say me call feel me feeling 2,500 cedis. I'm telling you for a fact, yes. And now no pay me could total fuel station. Me 1,380 cedis. And a year man. I was shocked. And then bis again and say now they almost 1,200 different. I'm saying hey. And then MPP 4 there bro. And a year Honorable Adu say to Hanum say kase oko airport ye entity bibia so sa F-150 na American asem na enye ne ye yi na MPP mo time 1.1 billion duties 1.1 billion ene den ye yi enne ya me no kase ye say yi ba ko airport ho enne me no kase me pese me de be ma wo na wan kase wo hu say asem a wote he kase oko airport duties na so ntiye no eye no kre anase nye no kre me pacho we eye hwe date na nkasa ma me ne boa me we ye F-150 na Ford na bi same type na ye de but 2018 model me pacho ni hwe ma
3rd June 2025
and the date is something 3rd June yes Osha 71,000 that is 700 difference na ko say difference they saying 1.1 billion just a 400,000 40,000 etime free so enti Mr. o crackers there eni baby o crackers na way different na nye baby ayi na crackers de ba eni baby a cars no so far e de ba eni we ye ne ya eni ko yi car no in fact dollar no so te ye no obi a ɔyɛ adwuma bia a ɔkɔyi cars ɔtɔn cars bia nim sɛ asɛm a meken ɛnyɛ ntoro na metwa santas run about to ba garage wɔ hɔ de bia hɔ na mete nti tayi cars nti minim de meka na ɔka sɛ mi
utam na so what can I tell you?
You know, wait seconds. Yes, what am I 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let me find the baby. Okay, BB say, IMF for sika baby, and no one the begu system ni muna ama dollar na aye
support no yeah.
Na sika ne san wi a na afi na enema say dey SSS. Me ma what you say the able lawyer Sami Jemfi Gold Board. You know Sami Jemfi say every week he will inject $250 million to Ghana economy mu. Enti every week bia na ebenya say sika no. Enti eno no nye say yenya sika bia bio after IMF for there no. Ye better ye den enya eno so amama da boy.
That's it. Honorable 3 minutes. Yeah. What's your reaction?
Over meda say I think say ensema meka no. Me nu ebi o ha ofo a me dia meka ye no so. One me se Ghana no over say na ma bofoma eboa ye nyina. Sebio obia no ochiri for asempakodo na de be na make say I don't believe in the situation who opposition is always doom for the government ebi of obi betima ye one ebi a obeka say me de minya kwanya meye two enti so man no eye ya eye maye nyina but the foot na me de ma aban ne say over niam bi o ya ye no over the years amwaye enye sustainable. And she has started the same thing I say, yeah. Of a besa ya sa betina ha asaka the same thing. Oh no, ye injected dollars into the system. Of anya no.
But say the previous time no, ni policy be sustaining.
Yes. Of anya
we have a policy that can sustain. Maybe keep the dollar no at bay. Never ma importers. Be a plan.
Share over. My head DB. Minya asama ye can say, as you say, nya good board sika. Yes, artisanal mining $1.17 billion. And yet, dear gum. Of a small scale mining, the artisanal mining. Of a you all bear with me. Say, baby, or I galamsi. You know, my nunuya home my answer. How sustainable is galamsi? Yes, I dear Yanina, yeah, 2 months of I bet you my free system. It is not sustainable. Say yeah, cause be a big company, large scale companies no, large scale mining companies no, and this says kabotini say maya ofanka enijewu. But yes, small scale mining companies no, and yes sustainable. And I make us say yeah, other means, and near na more you bet to a babu amaje be a betimi associate now. Your Bank of Ghana reserves no, yeah, mfabia nko kan. I say yeah, a pre-month for Fiscal yenya ni edi, yenya ni edi, and yes sustainable. That's way. Avanti godi ya kona bia wo mutu godi wo mu anya dodo ame of ye be dey. Ya dwene sa adwen no. And the ye can say near ma bomra for near ma bomra for me. Of a ne finance minister here they call ye nim say se fuo of how to fuo ma e will ripple effect in the economy. Of a say you know. Se fuo to fuo ma wo ye den eniam nyina bom beto. Na mi bisa yes, dollar bafom. AGM hwana niema bo nkofom. No for sade tax e to fuel so no. No for ye koya nas ye buy. Another robbing Peter to pay Paul. Yenyi we free ha ne mfa nkosa. Ye besra buy no. Miniamu enhwe ye nyina no adwen a ye de ba anamo a ye peso mutuo ne omu ye nyina no se omuntu anamo obebo ama sa dollar ne sa yiwe. Aye sustainable over ne. What most of the world economies, currencies ni bebre o ha, appreciate against the dollar. Enye nkwa o. Enye nkwa o. Do ye de no kosoro. Ye de no wosoro. Enye nkwa. And over said dollar no so ho start ye din against the other currencies so a. Over ye bafa ne de yen. Se ye bafa ni gold board ya for ye sika ni abedie. Premier ni unya sika wadie. Afa ye befro so ma me yare uchi ani entwa na akopebosia ndi ye besre ye nuanom se omuntu adam e babo amagana atumpon nya bibia na ye de politics there are niam bi wo ha ye mfa politics enko ho e your mind mpuntuo we can talk about politics ene mo ebetimi aka pol amanyosema ye be ya afa ho but ade we ye ade a e babo ama se biogana ye man ye sikasem agina ye now yewra president e kase
yes ye to anamo bi near board the export sector there was a budget be a MPP time na do de call ye of akoto free years and moi ye no ye krana monone no ye betwa so ye be make sure say ye bedua mu no bebre mu obi aye nkra afakosi say enne yade say ye wura mahama ade ne na si fom no to anamo ne say eniema bi of ye betimi aye no Ghana ha ehu hia se ye be kraba
okay
eno na beboa amasa bio dollar na pressure be ekoso da bia no eso aye dey ati kakrama ye because wasa asantemo ede ye nyina agitum za asantemo ede kura che se bi broni mu ni bia ye di
ma auto wi wo fie
ofa mi tobi
sao
mi dibi ede pa especially of ade anwamo a ede pa so hunu enti sa anamo no ene eso mampanyi etu se de be ye beboa ama niema bi ho a yan kwose sika se yakopɛ dollars akokra and over lastly hwe dollar asama ye kan nyina no ofa sa aban amfane na nsi fom na sa ye nuanom a omu gyina nkyɛn forex bureau no ene nuanom gyina alaba na esese sika no ofa sa aban amfane na nsi fom entimi anclear and streamline that sector ofa de ye nyina no emwaye ofa se na ese dollar 12 cedis meboa yes 10
points
but of an wo de opa o kwa akokra ne ma o China wontimi mfa sika wobekọ some of our your local banks wobekọ so wontimi transfer sika nko this o ko hunu sa nkofo yi a o mo agent wo China no mo wo discard mo ma o ko o mo agent wo no
I don't know what the bank wontimi
of most of the banks and this is something as a Bank of Ghana governor
okay
o mu tu mu anamo edi enti na ye wo ebia ye wo Ecobank ye wo Fidelity Bank of ye wo financial institutions a entimi se ebia obi wo China na obi wo ina se ohia sika de ade dwuma ontimi mfa sika nto na account no kwa yi
okay
adenti ne entimi nya sa de
right me that's it sustainability say the okay
okay short one make it a publication be wahanum say Angel FM angelonline.com Ghanaians demand solution not excuses former DC to Mahama nyame adum so DC no so na start hanim say good on you now paragraph no here last but one paragraph no ka bibi wa ha was he also believes that Ghana's development cannot be achieved by individuals and politicians alone. Therefore, he urges the public to adopt the sense of urgency in working together to transform the country. We are no waka ko say e was a Ghana fo nyina no ye ka ya no bomu na ye boa na Ghana ekoso yi yes bibia ekoso yi ye nyina ye ka no bomu say ba no say even say ade profumu bia ba ye hu ka be fa so ni ajojo ni akabu mama o man na da koso and then me no ka say MPP for ejaye IPPs 2.5 billion cedis eka IPPs independent power producers eka omujaye 2.5 billion
and I'm also call me just
enti ye ko me pacho me ba enti say ya ba beto sa aka we a e wo se fa kwan bi so ni etua ye rama man so aka kire say by 2026 e wo se ka MPP for about one ne ama yenyinam kane ntimi nyina so nyina no otua se ne be ya yenyinam kane an be gina so ama ye ena meba ena o se o de 1 cedi e ba beto e a liter of petrol so me try di mu se me tia me ka kire se me ka na me feeling 2500 cedis
sure
and the car no me feel same car no 1300 Ghana cedis F1 500 F150 car na make am wasem semi tua e 1 cedi e wo liter ho a dey na che say ma Robbie Peter to people
the MPP for can say so tua 1 cedi or later but say later no range between 11
yes
and 12 depending on where you buy it now so here e-levy it was 100 cedis for 1 cedi which is what 1% but here 1 cedi on 12 cedis now it's more than even 4% so if e-levy of 1 cedi or 1% on 100 cedis was bad what about this one
e-levy now auto ade any eti one say
your
transactions me boa we auto fuel first na auto fuel no later na bro 14 cedis me boa good and then later na etimi aba form abedru 11 cedis baby 11 cedis impo what you say now with the 1 cedi na ka ho na 12 cedis meaning say we are even far better than mo there Enti Ghana for will embrace one waka che Ghana for say Ghana for do de mu odin a omu nyina ka o manu bom no mo boy Rajon Mahama na enema ebeboa Ghana yenkoso enti ne de enti no sa betena wo ga say Venice Ghana for ye ya de ebe ha Ghana for our insert in any other case MPP for ya de bi Dr. Bamud Baumia na advisor economics our one office Kabiru Honorable Kabiru ona mo say ma Ghana for tete omo niema so you see really? On my name yes wa ko on obetima Google Ghana web beda ho wasi ma Ghana ni bi antete ne niema so enye oman ya ye bu ne ewu enti eniema ebeboa Ghana no MPP for the oman nya den enje ho wasi ye Rasami Jemfi gold board no eniema na ye ka se ye ni nyina no aban bi abaye bebre what you say but me catch you say the policy bi aba sa bebre na wo kan policy ni betima sustain no which is the gold board na beboa so hu we've not added anything to our reserves any dey me no wonya adwen minua say wo se bi kraman da fie na say kraman de bia wo sore onko be bia na onfa so bi ani so wo sore wo sa ma na duane didi na obi aba no ofa kraman no wo hu se kraman so onfa so wo de ne kraman ba wo de ne kraman ko nwure mu a kraman timi ko chia krante de ba untimi fa wo kraman no be company pa na ne kraman timi ko chia krante de ba no enti Era Mahama ye ba en gold board niema na ye na wo kase ye mfa nkoka ho ma reserves no nko so no reserves na e wo ho no stagnant. It is not adding anything to our economy.
Okay.
To the extent, no, it is not reducing the city. Let me put it in a context. It is not reducing the city. It is not doing anything to the city. By ne, yeah, the na buy no. Aye nya kakra na wo se mfanka ho no. Etimi aboa amande city no. Enya ahoden ama dollar no.
But the point is, the reserve na ya build is CRD. It's not adding anything, but no yeah.
Long term
shock absorb a bit the tree. Say Sebia dachi be an American economy is strong. Na dollar no bit me rise here. Gold reserve no and a beboa or currency no. It analysts believe say ye be near the support to dollar no. Na ye be so build it reserve yes. No, for that chinti.
Fantastic.
But so here over the period here, the MPP for jato ye no. Gold 11 tons I are toning in an $1 ba. Kibia can 5 tons be control. And it be 6 tons, no, a $1 buyer. Let us say, as is can would be annoying, whichever. But so, Virginia Nanas is see out the year or Jumana. That should be a there's a gold price of credit card be a better from one. That's a one ticket advantage or no and store value.
Fantastic. Tambena a Baumiamu status or more increase your reserves.
I think
May 2023.
About within 2 years and moving from 8 to 30.
Within 2 years, right? Good. And omunya 30 tons.
8 no omudi be car.
In the enfant is omunko ade omudi abeka ho 22 tons.
Sure.
That would have admitting 22 tons for 2 good years.
I'm also within
yeah, by within a year 11 tons.
Yeah.
Now 11 me bamba me year analysis be with me. 11 tons ye nya no. Yetimi de akwa koye bibi. De me kan uti. It is can this 11 tons within 4 months no. 11 tons no si e ka se to events 12 months ni nyina e be sen e be bebre it will be more than momo de na modi 2 years accumulate ye no say dem make out there say etinya botre numuso ne twa pebre e be ye adwuma na ma Ghana for ni baji
but of ade ye nua no nya hu ye ne say gold board no MPP time no na MPP aban no ento gold from a miners of what you this time there gold board now to gold no with the aggregators no to gold no from the miners the mono gold no be come on straight MPP time no it wasn't like that do ka say more 4 months enya 11 tons now they no compare the MPP timer now there is no institution that to gold directly from the miners
so that
you'll be wrong
yes so that is the policy now
so there is a we say yen na ye ken of a ye that you
yes
about can say US economy no dollar no e ho betimi ayeten e mu betimi ayebu anytime bia no via be say ho say no dollar na ayemre e na ye kosoro e na ye koto no na va dollar no ho ye den no no kwa of a speed no de be kono ye what that speed ni be de be kwa kwatem because ye ni buffer so no Ushe amaya etwa ewo ewiase mu a over the 10 best countries or more major reserves no of akwa hwe mu a ye Ghana nko ebiti basics Gold they produce no ano. Ye BT basics countries. But the woman etimia all over the years, etimia hunyansa build omo reserves. And yetia of America, over 8,000 tons. And yetia Sabio na minor this is a guaquem. A bind this is a guaquema. Yetimi to gold no, a bind to gold no. Ah yes, you capitalize on that. Edika Cresciano, ye say dinina. Naminia will say justify.
But if it will support the dollar for us,
good.
That dollar no cost.
But of I say, as a wolf in Wanyeska. Ukonyeska nazo, Makonyeska, Oscar, Mania, and Midina, Memakam Kotokanem. No, now, Ure Fise, Ebia Dachibi, Ubesi. Enti wo dwene ade a wo beye no ofa yes wo pe ba bi so ade bi beye dey ebesie de ye ka nyina no no
okay
so se de beye ebebo am yakọ anim with the fuel yi na menua no mo ye ne de over fuel politics no wo mo na akọ aba abewo wo mo se o se 11 ye no ba 11 ye ne obi sha ne 100 cedis ne ye bete na 1 cedi wo se 11 ye now so na de watcham now the tax abas obi ekotofu 12 Ghana otua 10 cedis now say ne de ya okotua 1 cedi now say no de ya Ghana for hwe
right and no your subject anyame ad watch na ebenya pre na ya hwe sa friends say energy sector live you know minister kokai say and ebe end dum so ebenya pre no chira ye de ho enso enkomo 1 ton of gold 3,000 kilograms 3,000 kilograms se mesisia ma wo a esaiti akoye se wakoto emo bag mako be 60 so emo bag we 50 grams do you to 60 bags so person 1 ton of gold okobe be a ton mo na yi mo bag no mako sister and 1 ton the gold na ye 8 tons no na ye mo 60 saa 8 they say ya pay them 30. America, UK, they have thousands of tons of gold. I also so woman to be our what pegu. Yes, say the Nyamia don't yes per se say a building beer. We need to do it well. Adwenkyere, you may dear now here our Kessben television. So my message is Kakrana Fee, NTV Office of the Special Prosecutor, and then Chairman want to mean so Yoko and Sensemno, yes, say, you know, and so Abefino and so Imwayne. Also good of I'm Solomon Jagre from Kunso. I pray that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should continue like this. He shouldn't change. Ghana is going to be revived again. Kwajo Bode from Kumo Bodwa said, Kenofurata, other like you. Whether you like it or not, say other like whether you like it or not, we are waiting for you. Hey, to me, I told you, have you seen yourself? You have money. That doesn't mean that you are taking care of Ghanaians. Okay. Good evening. Please, I would like to find out, can Yoko authorities prosecute people with offense committed without intimidating or harassing people? Collins Ohene Jekum from Kofodia and all the way and so if free ebaye. Or say, good evening, Wafa. May Allah richly bless you with long life, of health, living, and prosperity in life. Allah bless JDM. That is a good governance. JDM is a savior of Ghana. Ghanaians, let's support him to do more. MPP National Problematic Party, 30 years in opposition. And also, teacher Eric the Freeman so address so AKOB here Sika or say unto me, you are welcome, never lose hope, stand firm, you will overcome. Okay. Did the OSP hear the allegation A+ made against the Attorney General? I want to know when the Galamsey will stop. After the arrest of Funtumi, there are people, including the media, who put pressure on the former president on Galamsey. I trust all of them have been paid to keep quiet. Kwame Takwa. Frimpong Richard, watching you from Sankore, J. Krum. Edusipuku, thank you for your discussion. Honorable, person also for be and I'm with you. I'll say, my greetings to you, and I'm calling from Painting near. Is it called here? It looked like if Honorable Siladapa, who has committed a grievous sin against Ghana by complaining that somebody has stolen from a house in the eyes of OSP, has the OSP investigated the suspected burglars? So the OSP doesn't have a little empathy for the woman. Why can't they do this investigation after he has recovered her belongings? Okay. I say hello, good evening. I'm watching you from Senegal, Casamance. My name is John Ato Asan. My regards to the panel for you are too much, and ask NDC guy to send me his number or Mr. Sami Jemfi, whether NPP like it or not. Chairman want to me and Kenofurata will be jailed. So tell NPP man that he doesn't know much than Ato forcing, so he should stop dragging the propaganda. Teacher Kujo from Tepa and Suso. The special prosecutor must also be investigated for using huge sums of state funds to chase shadows and pretend to fight corruption. What did Nanado see in Kisejabin before appointing him to such a high office? The OSP is an institution that is wasting state resources and doesn't deserve any positive media coverage. Greetings to Chairman Adwenkyere Kofi Appiah Kuka. Of a good evening, if I tell Edusi to speak the truth than to throw dust into her eyes, Yekini from Asamin. So, a champion Kaudi Electricals at Tonso Station, city sustainability, is it going to last? Is it not one day wonder? Ghanaians are putting our hands close to sea. I don't believe that current sustainability can go far, but I want to urge the NDC to do their flagship program like 24-hour economy and Nkokon Ketenkete. Regards to Chairman Adwenkyere Kofi Appiah Kuka. Okay, greetings once again, Ofa. For the OSP, my question is, does he have some case in the office that's ongoing? Why is he interested in Kenofurata returning to Ghana whilst he's sick? If the NDC is interested in Kenofurata's case, they should give it to Attorney General rather than the OSP. Okay, greetings, Ofa. I'll say, I am Otin Puni from Apokumase. Tell the NDC man that the road is waiting for them. Collins, though that embezzled $200 million and he is now walking free. Said in Tamaklo, embezzled huge sums of dollars and he was not treated this way. The law will by all means cut them. 2028 is just around the corner. Abdulaziz from Drobo, I am very interested in Wuntumi's case. Okay. Is Mr. President trying to tell the good people of Ghana that when $1 was once during ex-President Kufuor's time, it was going against Ghanaians? Please tell him if he has nothing at all, he should bring it back to 4 cities where MPP pick it. Thank you. Good evening, Ofa. I'm really enjoying your show, and we thank God for Chairman Wontumi has been granted bail. And I hope he will be set free very soon. My regards to Honorable Edusi Program, said PK from Ahafo Sankore. Well, Mami Fensia, na Yemra, just about 17 minutes after 9. On Kroba Pahon, Sima, Edonkron, Adwenkyere Medie, and Ohe Kessben television, Eswono. Hussein, Mami Shansin so. Special prosecutor, and then Kenofurata Bantay. Papa se me yare. Maybe your operation mean to be my any video conference was there be medically wanted. Ne krataba some power yare or seeming the krata be a sankai. Who no say?
Ofa. You know, Debbie Amika say opese unhu say Ghana fo e wogidie e wo aban we mu a hwese ye ba ye no enkofu ko madi oman no bone me kan say corruption and corruption related issues are and then this year the atu akoma so I start to say ye di hujuma wo hwe Ghana fo ani gi enwo mu I think say media for no so mo yade mo come market mo tieti the way adwomfo ma na say kasa obi asa irajoma ama onchi omo mo wia Ghana sika ni nyina ngumu irajoma ama sa father for all syndrome no ye mpese be hu bi o promise ye say wo di oral eba oral no so anoba no na nye a school for oral so who borrow your newspaper you say he borrowed my newspaper where you who took our money what you say ni aka Kenofurata through SML deal yesika Ghana ye hrisika ira Kenofurata this deal ya ira Akufo-Addo de man baba ama ambulance Kenofurata yesika bi eden efa honum inti raken ombrambe yi ano National Cathedral $58 million no yesika bi kwadi Kenofurata ho ombra no be yi ano so what you say ye ma obi $10 million onko so kwakodo aburu enne wantu yesika na aburufo no so yihu aburufo no ombra no be yi ano ne ye peti obi say Ghana yensuo ye kwa ebretu ene MPP omo running mate immediate past running mate ye napo oka kire yen say efoma gudia ne de yenja nne yenja china MPP ye de bego so atu. So okay, I have the video here. Ose efoma gudie no yenja ne de yenja china MPP ye be kuzua atu efoma gudie atu efoma gudie no. Iro mama say my body a ende eye chama wuntumi bra na wo so be kire de bone a wo de di Ghana fo enam nsuo cyanide mercury a wo de pollute yensuo nyina. Inti we ora na Ghana fo nyina de ye hwe no na wo hwe papa yi a wo da TV so wo hwe papa wo da TV so na wo hwe bone a wo de aye oman Ghana na MPP fo MPs akukudam ebru 80 etimi aka omanu abomu abase rakenoforata oto ohye white ode ne sasum na no bone a wodi adi oman Ghana yeru akofo ado pam no wa bo Ghana wa ma Ghana ye boka yeru akofo ado e pam no yeru akofo ado so pam no na mmom yesusu de anim nyina ne se mmobo chichi finso ate beka kire so odenchem nso awu a yendi odenchem untimi di na chini se oboa ena se aboa ponchireni so owu a ene wu no ne tentene enti ne satem ni nyina ne na de kasa na ne yete owu MPs ne kan nyina na ye NDC for kasa na ne yete but aboa no wu en wo no wu aponchireni no wu ye hu ne tenten no ene ye frɛ se bra ene ya measure aponchireni tenten awie bra na be kire kwan ya wo fa so eye wei ABCD ira keno fretters wo buban oba be ka kire nso yare wako amanone wakakosa no ho yare me de bia me kasa asem wi ira keno fretter onye special human being bia e ka ye nyina ye ho ye ni nyina ye nipa emframa ye ho me no bi no ho me pensa ye kom bibi twa wa pensa obekum no bi ne konumu ye twa ne mu amoja na eba me mitu ye twa me sekan ya amoja na eba me se bebi akeno fretter wo bia no se ya awabo kura na wo so mo de wiawia ekofa ne de ba wo so mo kofa ne ba no bra obe kire Ghana eye eka wo de abo man boni a wadi wo man yoba no be kire mu. You know one thing de me ya kese say okay eye papa bi na friend Victor Salome Ira Rollins time one no eye finance minister MPP aban baye omo se papa yi wabɔ ɔman ne ka wabɔ ɔman ne kro no nti papa no mbra no be yi no ho ano saa te na papa no wa amanone a wo sa no ho yare wo se moka amate me de meba ampa papa di osi eye oyo voluntarily onu ankasa na ba Ghana ha nim sei obai saa tem ne obi be fe serious fraud office and ne yasesa na ni yoko obedru airport wona no mkofa no Rainbow Star ati papa ye wia Ghana japade nyina koton ento mo china gina japade nyina free papa yi yare MPP for fana straight to Nsawam papa den Nsawam e ho na anopa yi na aduro ma na gina nom awiane yi na aduro ma na gina nom anwumbre ne yi na aduro ma na gina nom papa yi dem am afa de aduru ba bi kura na papa ne ntime nhome MPP for say eh ya chew ne de ne ya chew wa bo man ne kro no enti ye ba ko fa oxygen na wo say wo hospital no ye de ba wo Nsawam ye papa Salome ye de oxygen si ni so no Nsawam no oxygen si ni so papa na wo ba bia o owu Nsawam enti papa we yes this is Salome me nkata say
no I don't think he died out
no owu Nsawam enam amanuhunu ene ne ma bodin ko mu tinu me ba da bi o say yare we MPP for engineer free Nsawam na modin ko to hospital ena ko mo hwe no hospital say de ira kanu frata adwane ya enka den ka papa no ko nti ase e ho na mama na dama yare na den akosoro etu owu Nsawam na nde ira kanu forata what's when you prostate what cancer eno na ye malignant na say confine one no eno so ma yehu because a malignant dey assemble boba o what I say me to we me mboss ayare we ma even matamfo da ba say wo ma mi nwuye na wo so wu a ade esa na obi ekofia sada na obe tatam na obe kire bebi o ma me afa yera kanu frata so onya prostate cancer na OSP na oni ni mienu na eye bibia one on one bibia wo de ma no na ono so de ama ono ono na wo se wo ka no kura kire no. You see, MPP for the Ghana phone trade, the Ghana phone trauma, and the Moko position crown, or Mugusu da Ghana for. Okay. As some way by a declare wanted, a OSB declare wanted. Many other MPP for ya any or more major or more minority leader. You're a friend of marking. Oh, go to Parliament House. Or see, hey, Papa near the Baba Ghana for yes, Remo. Namia Duman, this month. Ye de ne beba date amode no mai endu sa date ne de na ye den aba ene month man fa na anye den amba we kura anye me ngonwa bi ko nyankopɔ kura mutimi hye ne bo na mabuso na Ghana fo na modi ya adwin bedi agro de a ye ka kire mu MPP ni bia wa bo oman no eka bia no emra ne ni bedi all right ye wura mahama ba wa bayi enye foda for all ba ene MPP fo me ye say dua ananse atena ase e de ewu no se ntekuma eduru ase a ondampo onka so otonkompo wo ho odu ase na papam e na se okashire onema a wo so se hwiegu a e na wonim se dese hihye wo hihye wie so a wo se dese bokashire no afuto we so kwa ma NDC appointees
so almost so about the voltage, you know.
Yes. Yes, see, and penny forecast me say Potokas we see before you swallow the seed of a mango, before you swallow a seed of a mango, you must first calculate the diameter of your anus. And the NDC for ya Bayera Mahama crowd they were drum Ghana mind the mabunu a political career where nimu and diaba. And to say Okobo Braboni bi Yera Mahama ono ne sekani twabunkum twanifa no. So so mu a emra no no bedi all right obepamo so o kai buga pele de no de ye no o kai mami bass branding de no de ye no obi o we koto achi da no so o ka so be kura wa edi na chini enti emra ne de emra ne be ye adwuma MPP for sika Ghana for mo wi a Ghana for ka se engine nyina no ye be gi sika na mo man Ghana
that's Hussein honorable
of Amidas I think say minu ya ne ka se be my clarify one you rabbit to Solomon well mu preaching over Ghana ye 48th Independence Day. Satam Yura Papo Swankuma, on the Minister of Interior. I could. To commemorate the 48th anniversary of Ghana's independence, His Excellency the President, in exercise of his prerogative of mercy and Article 72(1)(9)(d) of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, has remitted the remainder of the sentences imposed on Mr. Kwame Pepra, former Finance Minister, and Mr. Victor Solomon, former Deputy Minister of Finance. Indeed, Ghana, ye the 48th anniversary, no. Yura, Omanpenyida Dakufo, true Minister of Interior. Satam Yura, Kwame Peprani, Yura Victor Solomon, Omumbra na Castle Mucho prison, no. Abino, a ye free ho, and Maumunyum found, the chain of Papano, no do now free. So, we'll be in call for Ray and call for TA, Omusiadie. Let's set the record straight. Of I am brought back to Euro Furiata. Of Ghana, the moment obey a Banyajuma. And I said, Mfans, Obetan Abaymu. We are government appointee. And as of obey only a buying a bedins I was so as in Shawunya contract. No, okay, who say a debit bar one we are best for accountability. Inti of I said no matter. Say ye fro bi sese bi ordinance abo Ghana sikamu a enya bi a member disipoku na me better na of na me defending ipakro one obi a ordinance abo Ghana sikamu bia no of say bi omra won ho kwan so oni ipakro ne ye de edi professor ma ye nyina ye ka ene se emra won ho kwan no say ye famra na aso na ni nipa ne di every say ye ntimi nya mra ama mra no sabio ekwan a ye pa bia na ye pese ye de mra no fa so se de be ye be satisfy ye de ye pe va me de minim Ghana akra de wan bempi no aban ni wo mu a na aban na wan panye ho no accountability nsha dama jiso ko opposition na aban fofra wa ba no wa start accountability ejimiti aban na se
But for the Ghana phone, you can say, a choir special prosecutor, no person fashion. A moi of a net who choir the prophet, you say, are you?
Yeah.
You say, are you? Me, the echo coso a year for yet, I say, of an year be a crown eba bonteno. Me and Casa and what? The medical and health condition. They say Ghana for you know to say, mine no crow woman say. Of mine, they are pointing on my penny Kufado, and the second time I are pointing in Biono. Mine no quatana abruchire bear 5 months. Satam your coin is surgery. Of a mine by or yes, Ghana for Muno, Obiagas are mine and Nimukra assassin. My baba yejuma. Yen yina nim se papa no sebio ne ho edodomo. Ofo aye adwuma na wie. Yewra special prosecutor say ohwe papa no esi kase mu na adwuma de bi odi ya. Sebio hu ni se papa no de ne se wa ni ni kwampa so. Enti wo mra na o meya no. Ofo say ne kwan so no. My ni di kan buy. E de let kata from the hospital by say o panyin no sebio ne ho dodo no. Eti moma ne bre ne so a obeba na special prosecutor tiase of am baby eduru baby ebetu akoye operation na of achina na another condition asaba the same mind no the same doctor no and a hospital no esa de krata aba say mind ni isa condition we ni ase hu no nti epese ekọ ni esa akoye no operation wa kire wo even doctor obe operate no wachira ubibia obe special prosecutor munia na tikukutuku mentiase no fa hwe o kasana emre bi me bai be kan say special prosecutor o kasa of hwe ni dimina any disposition as a one obi pa wo asem beef bi as a settle personal scores bi oba no say Charles Bisu asem no and special prosecutor was at the
Supreme Court abo.
If we say, as someone the court to be an camera say, Kwani above because Onyan to Boisier and Yaduma. Obia name Yerakis Jabin. Say he's a lawyer, he's a law lecturer. What being? But yeah, Casana Mobio na Utua, some media trial and what? Ebina Yera Dominicani ni Bayer Yaba Dubois. Some the Ghanaian Dubois, some are sentenced to be 3 years. And they and the Machine Yakase Yanya play bargain. So, enti asamo ba yenya ntoboase ne entoana mo na fa yesi ewro for yata edene sa boga na sikam ana wa na dwumadi wa ni ye enti wo mra wo se ne hododo na doctor de krata aba wo se chenchina wo mra no fa mi bisa wo minim de se o ka se obi edin samone no fa afre ne se wo betoto nipa na no a enipa no ho kwan se obetena ho a wa yi akra obisa na se mo nka ofa me wa Ejero for yata bande no betena ho na sama yewra kisia jabi be bi se ni nyina wankasa ba oba faso no wasama kwan kra se okay se wo pese ono na interrogate na ene zoom call ho adenti na umi de o pese ye bi ahwe nanim e bi pese ahwe nanim no obisa na sem no you can do that what's one just chenchena womra no faga na yentimi ntra obi na in absence me ono e kasa no say se oya no ma omu be you be trying in absence no what are we waiting for?
So you should go ahead with it.
Why don't he go ahead and prosecute? Because and someone who said he can chese nipa no kra no ye bu an for we ye ma me said na tamaklu former maslock you of I am trying in absence said no ni answer you trying
ya convert na ye hear say interpol dem be ba
of oba
up to now one kofa na ma
oba Ghana ye law records ma hwe bonsu Elias Benji versus the Republic 1 GLR 199 Supreme Court yes is any panel ye tried no oni wa yet me try the person in absence and of all ye criminal and other offences act na section 256 now is there and the nua kisia jabe ni problem ni say ni panel wa o didum say ni panel wa di bone na and you go to court and start the prosecution
okay
and the idea ni sabia ye betena abonten so na ye ka asam ye ngu nipa na ni ma say nipa no kwa ye boa ni kumfo awie of let me zoom into chamba wuntumi okay Of a mihunu mimi nuamo young appointees. They said the Minia Hussein one young guy, brilliant guy. Metimaka Miniati, there are so many years ahead of him.
Sure.
Okay? Of a dear Cosono. Ya we are better to say, ya papa near Nanano Bonnie be my yeno. A china be ye mbabuna ye ban ye, and the Benyaso and Tansan Babaso. I didn't know Mamikasa. Chama wound to me. Of a Murmrasu. Ghana, I will be no Bromrasu. Said Chama wound to me. I could do some money, Wakwaja buying contract. Next of our Wanyanas, Wakwaji Bosiano of our Yesi, Omipia. Of a saying, yes, you could. I don't want to say. Ya papa, Sebio, be a knife for an answer CID for the cabinet no quan, the fee. O Manyano, and on Wakasa or Baba, Neduada, or for Koi, or Mubisana Sem, or Mutotonano, and Maniano. I dare 10 years Yoko for the Aquacho. Ghana mranzu uchi obi na obise na no asemo within 48 hours. So one friend pan anko court wajano. 48 hours no so ye no.
So mo man the bill. Where meet?
Offer me ba. Of politics ye nyina dey you. We know there are certain things that goes on behind the scenes. Okay, over 48 na so. Said the ebe ya ye betwe ni mu ama na buru 48 ni ntino. Ye for bail conditional. Ontimi meet instantly. Ye for 50 million ton so. 50 million why they? Me no say of ayura wun to me. Enya minuanum NDC for nanim charge sheet a omonya. Enya be ayura srem sra deputy age at the betu on Facebook wala. Ye nim charges o ma press against him. 50 million for the. E dey be of a chira minuan say no ha. Obetima kwa zo ye for 1 billion ton for the. Wouldn't him say then I did to the Panto Yama, and the Anyan Faniship of a Sandy Echo. Sandy Echo minor. Eddie and Umcoversi, you wound to me aqua in bank ziga. No one I may some eco bank, Bosian. There's a bank for no seeming Pia. Oh, but I buy a bedje. I buy a bedjim ziga evil. You see, consolidated bank. Exim Bank, those things, those banks, though they are owned by the government, it's a separate entity. And the other entity, Omuno and Kasa, and holding to me liable. Yes, what quite was on try. Over yes, I'm ready. I may tell you, Crana Mos Mitimza, or more be a baby. Yes, what your man road contract. Na quine wine and Wakajiscan. How far? Family. As a former DC of our Bansika. See a Baku Krabansika 10 million, 20 million amount in honor of your certificate of anonymous channels. Apo and Kofu Anakrata Anafu Musapo.
Asana Osaka.
And Sana Onsaka. Now I'm approval. A deep Bacho. I didn't hear you to me no. Omo a Ministry of Highways, Roads and Highways, and Omo certificate no. I don't know the from. If you want to me, go bet me a call a buy home without any certificate near Trias Camano. Of our just we way. And some no more can I say, Rodo rather some.
Okay.
I say, young Pekwa Bisuna opposition, Omo Mano then, young suppressive woman. But if I see, Mr. Joseph, when any new money say, Omo Ton, Omo Kuno, Omo Winibio, Omo Sano. But if I know Munim, Sir Joseph and Niana Niniano and Namono Mutuono and Nini Shira. A genuine man, this Yera Mama. The Biamicans Yera Mama has gotten a very fine opportunity. Aquanya when you Ghana Mampanibian or when you be. Wabetanas on Wakon Wasaba. Ni 8 years no so no. Sebio no Atanaso Chair Mampanibia, Fanano, no call was some prensa. Ghana, ya Dutch and in some. And ne and no more to be a yes a yan na more. Ebense na ho amanchirima eduru mrabina na mobi onu otua mani ntie yodum fo no dodo because so ye kendifo no fa da bi otia yodum fo na woni be bounce fa na adamdem.
Okay, me la say
ye hwe kwan ya be fa so obi adisika ye be fa mra kwan so pepepe e ma yenyansa se oye baabi ntie sisi no na ye nyina na Ghana no fa eye ya
right
ye ma ye nyina.
Me la say Hussein quickly
offer quick one. Honorable do say Poku Akasem say Yura Kenoforiata ya ye kra ma ode ne yare abeto abontin ani kwan so ode ne yare no beto abontin me kam na CPS ta say Iraq no frata wonye eye nipa sonku bia echen eye Prince Charles so kan Iraq Prince Charles
you Prince or
King Charles King Charles
the king of Great Britain
fantastic
Prince
fantastic so kan no good America create bi ni omo de beto abontin say we omo diagnosing with the prostate cancer meboa ono de no omo de beto abontin the date omo de beto abontin we a public officer what di bone mrachew wo se meba ye wadi oman ne bone se wundi oman ne bone a oman ne mfrew se brabe yi bibia no oman na hu se wadi bone bi enti na oman ne frew na
it's still an allegation
yes enti na make say oman ne enim se wadi ne bone bi
oban ne susu se
meba enti na wa frew se bra ne be yi ne me bia no nsem bia no na wo se wo yare die na be me hu se wo yare se de make out ase eni nti e no de bae nti eye King Charles Krampo ne yare beto abontin na nye Iraq no foriata number 2 no okase Iraq no foriata yare you see ade baako a ema Ghana fo bu fuye kese a me ameti we me bu fuye eye say tamake no foriata e yare a obedru Ghana ha se bi mpredua na wo hu nanim kura na
oba the second
oba yes wo hwe nanim a se bi mpredua se on se dem boboro se bro obi a o se hwe no wo hwe nanim asem boboro pa na abo na chese no wo yare ye wo yare kona kotena ba bi na sa wo yare chinchina papa idie na wo hu wo mu o se chinchina on kotena ba bi da obeba aba besom Ghana
to do ne mai
wo do wo man wo yare ko wuo mu owu do wo mpaso wo yare ko wuo mu wo se wo do meba
politicians around
me kasa me fantastic you know what to the stand say obetna appointment committee enimu na wutonko
na wontonko
oh videos pictures bebre ho be na order yes sorry just ba over here what ona say order oh videos ni pictures na Ghana for mo am wo kra yifato a picture ono no ti wono ma
oyo obi oye slow ti so some of our sakra
sanko fondi suro mu
by the no yare
sanko fondi suro mu sanko fondi yes sanko fondi suro mu he Iraq no frata ade no be ye e appointment committee na nim no ene ma me di hu say Ghana in fact say yan sori waka ade a papa we be ye oman no emboa oman no now you know one thing to the extent
politicians no mu nyina o yare kra na okoba otum se nko yie kra na no person approve cha Ghana for sa hoden wo ho we wa otum se dey
ono kan dey fatu nchen ono oba eni se bi mpreduasa na nanimu nye se dey mbobra bo no what you say na de ba ko esa hye me kese ne yese wo hwe but first budget a omo present ye papa yet ma be present budget ye wura chairman sabonsu eye majority leader then and be present budget no nti enim se wa bre wo yare wo na wo se yare adokro se de sebi yane ase adokro ya adokoboa no nti wo de wo ntumi nya den embetena appointment committee time a ye de ma wo na wo ba ya bone a wudi ni to the extent say wo MPs me me won say wo kra wo say kasa one refer to mo MPs no wo MPs asa so ra ka say papa we bone a wo di o man no yewra akofo do sesa no ade na ne de wan kasa asem you see ma me kasa ma konjiro bone ne de MPP ne wo di bone bia no ene me ka kire wo hwe NSS ebeba sisi ayo openyikese obi a onu no nya 73 years etu anaka NSS ghost name enya MPP mo time a yenke nim se babunu first degree we are no akwakoye wo service
no cray
yes
because
to the sense
say no say the pega ye
fantastic
now TV bia bio
o tie age say very soon ye be hu sa ne mani nyina
okay
sub yes eba ena mathematical set no so no eno so na mkwamu a eba
okay
na me say sa ora we no not who borrow your newspaper who stole our money and eba bekoso na yewra chama wutumi asema a woka no hwe yewra chama wutumi metima ka no kra kire say ensema wode na no akeka wo mamu hanim sei se ka kire yewra chama wutumi so 5 evidence ba akokra mbra obekwa ko hye ne dem 10 years obehwehwe wonya evidence bi amba hwe me say Say yewura Mahama eye obi a kaban na yewura chama wutumi nkonye mpie you. You know why? And then people you betima kwakotena baabi. Aka say yewura Akufo-Addo se bi mpredua so yewura ye maame ekodwam obaye no ne yewura Akufo-Addo ne maid se bi mpredua sa omo dakete so.
Otuko na nka njire
Me oh please me kasa me edru so. Edru so a you know edru so anu aka de obeka. Ba abrantie we yewura chama wutumi. Ekoka asasem we nyina de kire yewura John Dramani Mahama.
But that one is defamation.
No. Yes, but
me sama ni paro.
Me mo hu say yewura Mahama ye tolerance. Ono no. Me mo hu say ono ye tolerance. On fa bibia ho
from criminal element. Criminal ne de ye chill. It me do tum. You don't call to do 5 it do atum. But say defamation ne de oka say tia me pa ka say beja mo aka.
Yes, me aware. Na me bisa o. Who say nsuo nsase a criminal and say
no the criminal
fantastic what you know ka galamsey asem mo ankasa mo lance natural resource minister yewura eya buginapo obeka kire say eya chama wuntumi e shetanom rim forest reserve eya galamsey senso ni sase abra only licenses yes I was so yes lance natural resource minister you see me see obeka asem no google it check is there yewura buginapo ka asem no eni yewura Akufo-Addo ebeyi anu no se old abi yewura chama wuntumi wonye any illegal mining activities bia eya Erastus what document or the document to be babonti o ka se chama wuntumi se nsuo ni nsase
yeah
meboa ensuo na o se no nya cyanide ni mercury what hanum se wo se nsuo kura no nsuo ho den chama wuntumi na ama nsuo wan ade ama wo enti ne ye ko aboa wo ne umada ache enye obi ada ache yewura Mahama fight na fighting or fighter ma wo ne umada ache because Ghana Water Company mrebi ka kire yen say by 2030 yan hwe ye be important so dey free amano ne dey aba and then upon so aka me ati say agudie ne dey betu ye nja ne denja ne kire pipifo enti asem na ye ka no e ya asem a wo say ye ka chama wutumi ne other case o ka se akwaje bosia wakwaje bosia na bosia na okwaje ye no wanfa sika na anye de o ka se ode ye e na wansa nkwankotua I have publication bi wa hanim saying even cry no mo de no court ezim bank for no court what is our news now I have the publication
Mattis afi no me kwa edada na we foforo
we cry the food from
ya foforo cry no me kwa
fantastic enti o papa we di boni we say na wo betena hanim say ya na wo boye wura chama wuntumi abaso bona baso obi betena hanim say wo say me no ka say kura nka wo di gold by kura wunyi because ade chama wuntumi be ye no enne me na me wo gold he me watch we $300,000 me say me chain we $500,000 me wosika we you kind of solid money me no to liquid money by the time out me ko also this solid gold no
okay
what I say to me no to ye ni sika ni wo bobosia anya sika we asa kotu from agudi ase yenso ne yensa ase na nda wo say complain say galamsey say man de nsuo kura wo nom kura na de ma wo na ye boa ma wunsuo na wo nom na wanya nsupa nom a wo sa tie say defend chama wo
that's it
over say over me 3 minutes over one corruption assembly yes e be si uso anke hye wo ma ye nia no man DC buy yewura Mahama buy o mo corruption cases and fa ye nia no man DC fo ho nyina no o mo file no le prosecute o mo yi cases ni nyina o mo boni nyina tugu se bi NDC fo dum di boni a mamra na o mu ni se Ra Collins da ye botugu opuni de ye botugu o mu de nyina o mu yitugu enti se o mu de NDC de o mu di boni ama ye nka na MPP no beka ene de ye hwe se Ghana fo wa ha and over you see ye ka defamatory statement a na Minua Hussein I don't know say o follow your political commentary nacha over na dia nsem na fifi kwete man kan fa yewura president go enya fifi kwete afia man apani ko bisa na o say na o kana ba yewura tuko no te aka tere say yewura sebi waku ya papa Akufo-Addo enwumre me enya se bia me ha mamponfo ne yira wo film yewura Akufo-Addo de kun ne yire yewura Akufo-Addo ba yo de ne ko he edi no de mamon ka yewura Akufo-Addo no mka je nse wakwa wo ntafo wan na de ne ba
Giza ya. Di ansam not ya waka.
Ghana ansam abako.
Ah, di ansam na ayi.
And the way na me no.
Yo, that's so far he shouldn't go there. Si e kan omo kan sama kese a. Na di ansam na sam je vianka. Ah, who tell company Dominica ni ko ye. Ayi, sami je vianka say ye bobia dia. And so they should, I don't cry, they shouldn't go there. Galamsey. Ava Galamsey, obi go to Galamsey. I'm running in. But if you see, Yeni Anuman DC. Moka Galamsey. Minia who sent Tia Galamsey. Irasco as I don't quite okay. RCC Hona Watiano. The regional security coordinator, Irasco so to Galamsey one answer. And what me I can't channel. What can't your boss? I'm not can't channel. I'm Marco prosecutor. Mo ha hwe ya se ayi atwoma ayi akwama atwoma nwa beja ya nyina hini ayi won mo am nkofo de video ade mra Galamsey na duru video o mo se chama NDC chama o pese o pedisi ama na yere e na o se tu Galamsey ofa ye ni ha e na ayi awe ehemfu twa moja edwan gu NDC MP o so tu Galamsey ofa ye ni ha e na ayi military for ko ayi upper the east NDC chama ne nkofo so mo ya adwuma. What is he talking about? Mumu Galamsey, Mumu Timaka Galamsey. And Minister for Lands and Forestry, no, Yura, Amabwa, ni constituency Lambelian to Galamsey. What me ask copy? And then I'm to I'm not trying to justify, I say, be a year to me, adding some money, and I say, be a acquire Galamsey, a man running, you know, he's not above the laws. But if I did about Koyan and Mihuni say, Metiafu. Newmont or concession. Vako Newmont concession almost every year piano and Mabrun won because Mabrun ko capitalize on that no mako no dibi Galamsey. You were to me a large scale mining or a license. It is all concession. Ne bianco for be to Galamsey won no ni mubia. Won't me for Nina and Sapapano and Lee. Because bet me a bit too Abrawan way. Ebi ne see or Boissano. Or Bois won't me uncle prosecute. Asante Anglo Gold say ye dientina maburu no kotu Galamsey and woman etu. You don't do that. And the asamba wonya to boase no hwehwem.
Okay.
So no.
That's it.
The Galamsey asam kra de minia wo say wo baby out here RCC wo out here e to hwena no so ba na be kan.
That's it. Mama message dey kakra na emra be wrap up. Good evening Wofa. To you and your panelists, can tell the NDC rep to refrain from making misleading comments. His comparison between scrapping the e-levy and introducing the NDC 1 CD per litre levy is like shifting a burden rather than solving the problem. We expect thoughtful, well-informed analysis that help Ghanaians understand the real issues, not arguments that confuse or mislead the public. Adequate from Techimai, not with free buyer. OPK Patriotic Voices from Goso. Or say Dr. Balmia Gold for oil policy and want to me arrest his politics and witch hunting. But when the table turns in 2028, it will be thrice than what they are doing to want to me and other MPP former appointees. Okay, okay. I mean, come in. Or say ha. Hey, NDC, please go there and tell the NDC man they don't have a sympathy for Ghanaians. So the fuel has come down. The e-levy that have been removed, replaced with fuel levy. Ahmed Kintampo, please ask the NDC man the price of cement. Hi, I am Dada Cash, watching you live from Ahafukukum. Greetings to Honorable Eduse Poku. Ofa, did you hear the MPP mind say that all the rivers in Ghana have been destroyed by Galamsey? If yes, my question is that since when the rivers become destroyed? For the past year, when MPP was ruling this country, was there any Galamsey or not? He should give us a break and require him from Sunyai Kotokum. Charles, I say, ask the NDC man there, when will the president establish fast track court to speed up the prosecution process? Good evening, Ofa. I want the NDC man to alert Sami Jemfi, Sam George, and Okujuta Abraka to write down every 1 Ghana pure water day and keep the receipt before MPP return to power. I said, saying, Josh from Hebron. Good evening, Ofa. Hey, because of politics, see how this NDC guy who is nowhere near Ofuriatta is speaking as if he is his age mate. This young man must watch his words because he will account for whatever he says in 2029. I swear. No soup from Sunyai. No, NDC, no wonder you have become a one-term party. Ken Ofuriatta has nothing to hide. You will be put to shame soon. Joe Sam from Accra. Good evening, Ofa. I want to ask if the OSP is seeking favor from President Mahama. Why is he insisting that a sick man appear before him? Why can't he go to the hospital where Ken Ofuriatta is currently admitted and find out the truth about the sickness? But the man risks his life just to honor his invitation. KK from Sehui. We are say, hello, I am Okumenin Edujenfi Edubofo from Asante Mampong. This how they make noise during Rollins' time. Kill them, kill them. They turn our money to rag. Now what happened? The brother of the president, Ibrahim Mahama, also borrowed money from. Okay. No discussion. Banks. Good evening, please. Where do you get this NDC rep from? He talk without Please don't bring him again. What are you trying to say? Someone can't I see. Hi, I'm Christian from Esufufu, Esunafo South. I love the Honorable Disipuku Suma. God bless for speaking the truth. Allogenic NDC, look at the way he talks about Ofuriatta. Please tell NDC man to speak the truth, like Eduse Poku. Over, Ghanaians are watching NDC. We will show them 2028. Showdown. Kindly advise you to learn from MPP rep. If you truly want to become an effective communicator, you need to get his facts straight before making his points. You should not be happy about someone's sickness because you don't know when it will happen to you. Margaret from Accra. Okay. Good evening. It seems MPP is concerned about Wuntumi's bail condition. That's 50 million Ghana cedis. Are they so forgotten that Atoyesian's bail condition was 200 million Ghana cedis? They should give us a break. Prince from Bogoso Chapel Square and all the way free a buyer. Wontumi must be jailed. What the NDC man is saying is true from Amos Brekum and also anyway and so a free a buyer. Okay. Yeah, someone. Okay. Also, good evening. We are told they have reduced cement price to 82 cedis online, but offline the reality cannot be found. Can you explain to the ordinary? Then how do you know why the control? Okay. I'll say I am power monitoring you from Northeast region. Please tell this man to pity Ghanaians. Is that what you are trying to say? Pity. Okay. Okay. This one I said Doomso levy has come to replace e-levy. Reset and Alfred from Tadi. Former Elembele DC is now engaging in Galamsey and not NDC members. I'm Shaibu from Kambulingi in Elembele. So I'm to Kenya. Why? I'm a Japan Emmanuel from Kukum Datano in the Sunafo South District is very non-sitting to accept the bitter truth that a country like Ghana doesn't have a standard health facility that can cater for peculiar and emergency health conditions, but rather have to travel abroad to access good and quality health care. Come to think of this. What happened to us who cannot afford to pay our school fees? How are we going to access better health care? Ghana as a country tend to invest in unreasonable projects like the National Cathedral and spending dollars as if we have dollar printing machine in our various homes. Just recently, our vice president needed to travel abroad to access health care. How? Is it not devastating? And also, the other say, right. We say, 1 minute, final word.
Quick one. And penny forecast, and say, will be a friend saying, Untimi no madro my afo. And they'll be piano, and one will be trap. Whom also as I catch it say, Cotre, and Winamoko, and my Abuaponcheni,
and then they all will be power.
Yes. Mekakusi say, MPP Mabunu and Morgana had him say, a foot back open and meet me the amamo. emra mo kwa hunyehia mo hunyia sika de atua school fees hunyia sika de aya de o ma me yare obi bi yare opanyini bia ni hono mo ba say sika me tama me di jibi se na be ya asemba obedi machi afutu amede ma mo ne yese mamundi enkofo yachi bone omudi adi oman hwi ni honom ai betima save omo enti se echi na se bi omo ka se be se wunkun di ase bi wunkun ja onan omo nkun nya sika na omudi ye no ende omo kwa munja omo no omo nkun anye den enko because the emi ya ne se babu no mekwa ko bi na wi abono na ntontoma wi no na malaria asa be chi no aba fie no no asa be pesika de akwa ko to aduro no onye sika ne bi na se bi de okoye ye ne mfaso bi ani so de ma enti Ghana na ye nyina ye chichire mon kamba mu na MPP for a mo ne omo nyina mo party ba ku mu a omo adi Ghana wu yen for mo famra kwan so se na be ya dachi bi no ye be mo ba so but chama wutumi de no e ma me hu ne ma bi asante mantam anka chama wutumi pa de ka me hu se bi anka mabunu aba se cars be o ma fa cars be 3 si ye kwa bo chama wutumi banda asante mabunu ne MPP for mabunu ne bebre mo asante mantam a chese ampa unkun dia se bi unkun ye den uja wonan to mo ntimi anka bo chama wutumi adi national regional executives nko a
over mbacho medase per de menu e kan logic no nim se bi o asem na ya de to yewra Collins do da so wa ku discount sagle misika nim se bi o chema na busuafo bi anya bi minim se Dr. Puniko ge ekuku boti wo no e bia ni sika no che e ma ni nya ne de ma ne de kotoka minim se said nam tamaklo ni sika no odi no maslok no a ye bua no fo no o chema menu agusi ni nya bi be what ye defend o you see some of these things no emwa what you say what you defended them attorney general ko yi o musem ro ma metana radio so defend anything is defend what you can say bi o mutia na nsenye ya mobile what the Mugabe master taker omso master take talk omso London bi o hotel bi o restaurant bi o of what
am I video
of our video no was it no na this appointees o master take kwatra o ho no master take ju money na bajo me ni answer me dey finish dollars na no o koche no ye ni an man this
so wanko Mugabe wanko bi ntia
Mugabe so
ya ke bi anko nka bi
se si amobile 4 months hwe ni dia moje
okay
samija fi ni samija fi bayi hwe ndisi wo ye campaign no na wonkofo anom dagurem na wonkofo amnom nam kofo bia ya buru wo mu
right
mi bisa samija fi $10 no
Yefasia
no sa fuso je no manya
Yefasia ebusiafo ha na brema kwan ma de dwedi na se ote Hussein Ibrahim Kasama Endisabe Honorable Nana Edusi Poku former DCS for South also kasa ma MP Malabi ane bobo ansibia no ma me di Kofi Appiah sia onyame ado chana pa ni hia e o ma chidwedi so na ensemo aka ni na ye to aso fama mo yakramo